That's the whole show. That was it, dude. That was the whole practice run.
We'll see you next time.
Bryan got his obligatory cough out of the way, so I don't have to hear that for the rest of the show, I'm sure.
We're out. We're out of here, folks.
Oh,
Sorry,
my God. We're out here. We are out here in these streets.
No, out of here. I thought we were done. I thought that was the show.
No, there's...
Boom. 5 people immediately. Let's...
And we're back. Episode 121, Cockpot Swisher.
Crockpot or cockpot?
Damn, you fucked
It's cockpot. It's cockpot. You put cockpot. You didn't put crockpot.
You fucking put cockpot. There's no R.
Wow.
There isn't an R. No, look, come here. It says cockpot.
Tell the unpaid intern to come on TV here. Let's see him.
We're never going to get sponsorship if it says cock and not crock. They don't make a cockpot at Walmart.
Oh, man. You know, I thought that was on purpose, too. I was like, all right, this makes sense, I guess.
That's hilarious.
I was just going to roll with it. You know what? Here,
this is better. Oh my God!
And we're back! Matt has been ejected from the show only because he put Cockpot Swisher as the title of the show. Look at this. The thinking man. He is just deep in his thoughts. You know what he's doing? He's roasting. He's riling up the roast.
The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel playing in his head. He's got that roast
in the cockpot.
I would sing it if we wouldn't get a copyright infringement.
He's got that roast in the cockpot.
Summer of Frozen Margaritas continues.
Whew.
Stick one drink until you get brain freeze on that one.
Yeah,
that's even better. Anyway, and we're back.
That was a big brain freeze. Welcome, folks. Welcome back to the I Hate the Scene podcast. Matt, let's please take it away. Which show is this? What are we doing? Why are we here?
121. We are here to bring you, well, normally new music. We don't have any new music, but there is a new album that we definitely want to talk about later in the show. Definitely want to get into that. It's gonna be a big deal. Probably the biggest news story this week, and I know that this is gonna make Jordan absolutely cream himself. Did you guys hear about the big reunion they announced?
Woe is me.
Woe is me. Oh my freaking gosh. Woe is me. Vengeance era. Oh my gosh. The 2.5 best version of Woe is me. Oh my God. Reuniting. Who is excited for this? Are you guys stoked?
Give a shit.
Okay. Well, we don't have Tyler Carter because he got canceled.
We have care if they had him.
I guess Austin Thornton, little emo drummer in the back, is going to be back with the band. We don't care. We're grown adults. I don't think any of us give a shit. We're not going to pay tickets for this. Whatever. Blah, blah.
3 songs, including the ones with Tyler.
How big of a deal is this? Is this like some other generation's Devil Wears Prada?
Okay, well, maybe. Listen.
Prada was around then.
Okay, we have to have somewhat of an interest in the fucking topics we're talking about. So let me start off by saying that I find it interesting that the reunion show is called some Monster Mosh, right? And it's not just Woe is Me reuniting. It's also Close Your Eyes. Close Your Eyes is also reuniting.
Thank God, Close Your Eyes is reuniting.
And it has been completely...
Just the other day...
It has been completely glossed over by the fact that they're actually a band as well and actually playing on the show and actually involved in this. And I find it interesting that it's only one show. And I believe a Monster Mosh is like an emo night kind of theme thing. And I think it's like, I think it's a very weird show that they're playing and returning at. So
there's got to be a tour.
I mean, it's cool, but like
one show.
I don't.
The one show flyer, yeah, they announced it for one show, and then on the link on their Twitter, it's just the tickets to the show. It's the ticket link to the one show on the Twitter.
There's got to be more after that.
I'm sure there will be, but the announcement was for one show, and it's a Monster Mosh, which is from my understanding. Let me double validate. Continue.
You don't have any interns over there?
I don't. Sorry, bro.
Remind me, Brian.
Don't send me the ones you're using. No, don't send me the ones you're using.
I gotta get rid of this motherfucker. Remind me. I'll send you a couple interns and a handmaid. We'll get you covered.
No, I can't do that. Not the ones you're using, bro.
Under his eye. What were we talking about?
The reunion.
Woe is me.
So what I found really odd about all this and the timing of it is like Michael Bone just released the fucking Villa EP.
I was gonna say, what was me is in the air. It's in the air.
So is the Villa not going to get an album cycle and touring? Is he giving up on that, pulling the plug early, where they never intended to do that sort of thing? Like that was
is Michael involved in this?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's what was confusing, because while they call it themselves are calling it the Vengeance era from that album, I guess.
I mean, it is the Vengeance era band. I mean,
well, is it? Because am I thinking of the Genesis era when Dorian came in and they were like a shell of the? Okay.
Yes.
No, because so this is the one with Hans, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Hans Ollie Good.
He's so that was when they wrote like they were like writing like all the fucking diss songs and or diss song. It was
about
fire,
the original lineup when they fucking got all crazy with that.
So like.
And then shortly after, Michael left, and him and fucking Tyler did Issues.
You guys, of course, I know a lot of people remember the whole diss records back and forth between Issues and Woe Is Me at that time. Like a lot of those dudes are collaborating now.
Yeah.
That's funny to think back on.
It's the time, right? We've been talking about the nostalgia as of late, and the band's coming back, and I think Woe Is Me.
Skylit Drive is back.
See, this is the tiers. I think Woe Is Me, and they're almost a little more worthy of a comeback than I think a Skylit Drive is, because a Skylit Drive, that's just a whole other story.
That is a cash grab. We're getting the original fucking lineup, and we're also battling our old vocalist for the original name. That sucks.
Yeah, it's a fucking weird
battle. Some of them are really sad. That one, I'll go see them live before I make the final judgment. But one that's kind of sad to me is Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. Why? It's like, because it's just the singer, and then it's like a bunch of like high school kids that just grew up listening to them and play like cover songs. So when you go see them now, it's like the original singer with like a Red Jumpsuit Apparatus cover band.
Okay, so that's Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, isn't it?
Yeah,
I guess, but still, it's like, I mean, they're a shell of themselves. It's still like kind of a cash grab.
Fair.
If Ronnie still wants to tour, then like, I mean, it's his band name? Like, who's to stop him? Like,
let Donnie tour. Give him the tour. Let him finish out his shit. What was the other reunion? Pantera's Racist Reunion 2022.
That's a little bit old news, I think. The Pantera news came and
gone. But still, as bands like reuniting, it's like they're all just, if you're not a new band, which is really hard to do and be worth a shit, then you're just doing
crazy ends of the fame spectrum we went from to go from fucking Woe Was Me to Pantera. Like,
just to keep in line with reunions, I think that it's also key to note that the bands that are reuniting, right, they are from that specific Rise Core era, maybe, where it was, almost a pick and choose of what bands were really in the studio writing the albums themselves. And look at what we're getting when we're getting these reuniting acts. It's a lot of times not the core members. It's a lot of times these like makeshift members that are just there to fill the spot, so to speak. And that almost highlights or underscores the fact that it is a money grab in a lot of perspectives,
The Skylit Drive, like how there's an original lineup from the EP.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also Michael Jagman, who's probably the vocalist they spent the most time with and had the most success. He like stole the name and has like a Skylit Drive, and then there's original ASD. That is hilarious to me. That like they're fighting over so little. Because like, what are they? I'm just talking shit.
No, it is. It's almost like where
I try to be nice, but then it's like it reminds me of when I first went to New York. I saw two bums fighting over the Monster Energy can that I'd thrown out the window, and they fought over that shit like life depended on it. It's the same way with this.
Yeah,
they're just fighting over it like their life depends on it.
It's correlation.
It is, unfortunately.
Big time correlation. In other news, I want to talk about this. This is kind of sad news. RIP in memory of, they just announced Good Humor's discontinued the Choco Taco.
Oh man, I thought you were going a completely different direction with this. I thought the RIP was a completely different direction.
What?
No.
No, this is actually really sad. Hold on a
important
minute.
death this
Really?
week.
Jordan, you've been living under a rock, haven't you, with these mushrooms? Because this was
Kind-
announced a couple of days ago, and we
Well,
shared it in the text
I
messages.
just got back on social
You
media.
better, you better
today.
get them quick. Wherever you know they exist, you better go and you better get them fast because they're only going to come back in like a year and a half.
So here, I don't want to be like
this is what they did with the Twinkie. Like they get everybody all fucking riled up about it. And
The Twinkie was like a month though. I think Hostess.
yeah, right. It was like a
Hostess.
we
was
all
like,
knew that shit was coming back. They just wanted us to buy that trash.
No,
That
we
was like
really thought it was gone.
That was like OnlyFans saying that they were going to cancel the porn, and then they were like, "Oh, our bad. We're not going to do that anymore."
Yeah,
Hostess,
it was like
Hostess
Jordan and a
was
couple fat dudes were really freaking out about that. We're gonna do it on my Hostess.
Hostess
yeah, no.
was like, "Yo, give me them Twinkies back." Sorry, guys, they're back on the shelves.
I'm not trying to be the harbinger of doom here, okay? Like this is like it's done as of already. Like you can't get them on the shelves anymore. There's no new ones. So if you find it at an old gas station or bodega, that bitch has been sitting there. But there's good news because anytime this sort of thing happens, whether it be Disney sticking a movie in the vault or Taco Bell taking away the Mexican pizza, they always bring it back a year or 2 or 3 or 4 years later with way more fanfare. And like I brought up to you, how easy is it right now to get a Choco Taco? You could walk into any fucking corner store, 7-Eleven, Circle K, and you have no idea if there's a Choco Taco inside until you actually go and look.
I really want one now.
I want one too, but there's no telling where the fuck you're going to find one, Jordan. That's the problem. And it brings me to my next point. Did you know they made other flavors of Choco Taco? It's not the original chocolate swirl and a little bit of like crunched almonds and shit. No, there's other flavors. There's original chocolate and peanut butter. Where the fuck were these?
Yeah, I've had a chocolate one before. It's actually pretty good.
Wait! A peanut butter Choco Taco?
Yeah, they made a fucking peanut butter one. Now here's the crazy thing.
Yeah, how we had Reese's Choco Taco and no one tell me?
This is like a unicorn here, dude.
Racist.
When I was like 19 and started smoking pot, Reese's. I had a Choco Taco fried ice cream flavor.
Oh wow!
This is the type of shit that like the exotic snack people be selling people, like $20 for a Choco Taco type shit. Like,
bro, you come here for the exotic snack news, okay? That's what we bring you. Choco Taco fried ice cream was the best flavor, and that bitch was hard to find. Like a rare olive oil.
I do agree. It will be, and you're right. Everything with these whole little another cash grab we're talking about, but we're gonna dangle this in front of your face and tell you that it's gonna have this limited value to it. It's gonna go out of the way. Now, let me ask you this: going back to those ice cream man truck ice cream days, okay? What is your Mount Rushmore of ice cream selections from those carts? I need the 4 that you're gonna go to for those ice creams. I've thought about this, so I will go if you'd like me to go.
From the ice cream truck.
The ice cream truck.
Well, first things first, the strawberry shortcake bar. Like that's a fucking
strawberry shortcake. All have to be ice cream.
Yeah, strawberry shortcake bar. You ready? That's number 1. Number 2, Choco Taco. Choco Taco is on my fucking list. Number 3, the wrestling bars. The wrestling ice cream bars are probably the best on there. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think my guy ever had those.
Number 4 is gonna be a toss up. It doesn't really matter which flavor it was. It doesn't really matter which character, but either the Ninja Turtle or like the Batman ice creams where the eyeballs were like gumdrops.
Yes! Right? Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes! Yep, Sonic was one of them.
Today.
SpongeBob today. That's one. Those are my 4. Continue.
I think I had a Power Ranger.
You get like the Hulk and shit, dude. Ooh. Okay, you're obviously missing out on a fucking classic.
Let's go.
I have to say on this list, all of those are excellent choices, but the cookie sandwich.
Which one?
Because the chocolate chip.
But which one? There's the good humor hostess one. There's the good humor one, and then they've got the hostess one that's like a thicker one, and then they've got the M&M one. The M&M one's got the M&Ms in the cookie, and then the ice cream, and that one slaps shit.
That one, that's the one.
Yes, the M&M one is the one.
So,
but the good humor one is also good because it's an actual cookie. It's not like the cookie dough that's like formed. It's an actual cookie, and that one's good.
And Mom Pop is obviously a classic too.
The Nestle Toll House ice cream cookie sandwich, or the M&M cookie sandwich, which they sometimes make in a chocolate form. Those are all primo. Those are the greatest. If you're talking Mount Rushmore, the one pop from the ice cream truck that I got to put on there, it's like the Rocket Pop, but it's banana and fudge like a fudgesicle. Okay,
I
you
want
can buy
ice
those
cream
now.
so bad now.
You can buy those at the grocery store, but they're like skinny little, like tiny little ones. No, I want the fat, girthy, wide, like dark ones. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
Get those all in there.
But
they used to make a big wide one that was kind of like, yeah, those were good. The ice cream sandwiches that we talked about were good, but if we're going back in the day, shouts to NorCal. It's it.
Oh,
Classic.
you fucked me up. But those weren't on the trucks, though. Those you got to get in grocery stores. Those weren't on ice cream trucks.
They were in my truck, and the motherfucker charged like $2-3 for them.
You're outrageous, bro. We have to go. You got to go to the grocery stores.
You were in the desert. We were in the
packs. Yeah, that's true. You have to buy the 4 packs. And they've got 3. They've got vanilla. They've got mint.
The mint was dank. I had a chocolate one a year ago.
It's the chocolate, vanilla, and the mint. They're the best, dude. It's hands down is the best. What about Super Pops? Where do you stand on Super Pops?
Is that the
red and yellow? The like the yellow and orange and red swirled one, the Super Pop.
Okay, so I didn't have that. I had a different version of it. That what is that brand? Popsicle brand, right? It was called a Kazooie or some dumb shit. It was called something really stupid.
Like Banjo-Kazooie? Like the video game?
It was like, I don't know, something dumb. It was multicolored like that, and it swirled up, and you would lick it like a gobstopper and reveal different colored layers underneath. By the time they made that one that was all multicolored the whole way up, I wasn't eating popsicles.
That one kind of like almost like icy, like broke apart, right? It was. I remember those ones,
and it was kind of twirled, dude.
Yes,
random
hold on.
I'm gonna throw part of my brain right there.
I know. I'm gonna throw the Super Pop in right now, and give it to you guys real good because you're gonna understand what it is.
I just want to throw back to this, dude. If you can find one of these, I swear to God, like I will mail you money to get me two.
Go for it. This is the Super Pop.
For them to mail you an ice cream chocolate.
Yeah, they're like pineapple strawberry or something. Yeah.
Bro, that's the poor man's version. That's a big stick.
Exact big sticks. Yes, no, but Super Pops. That's what they had in the big sticks. You're true. That's right. Because Super Pop was the store bought ones.
My mom wasn't buying no fucking
Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, that game Banjo-Kazooie was fucking the shit back in the day for sure.
Yeah, that was the shit. Even the sequel Banjo-Tooie was pretty fire.
There you go, big sticks, son.
They're cherry and pineapple, so they're fucking delicious. I thought you meant the same shape but multicolored.
No, the multicolored ones they did have though. Those were like fruitier. They were like weird.
Push-ups.
Push-ups are great.
Push-ups are elite.
Yeah,
push-ups are elite, bro.
Only, dog. Elite 90s kids. What's another one? Was that 3?
Hey, here's my hot take. Fuck Dippin' Dots. How about that?
What?
Dippin' Dots whack.
Time out. Boot him. Yo, the only reason he's getting booted is not based on quality. It's not quality, okay? It's because of convenience. When you go to SeaWorld...
That's a shittier take than my In-N-Out take.
When you go to SeaWorld or like a mediocre-ass Westfield mall, you're going to come across some Dippin' Dots and you're going to be like, you know what? I don't mind spending $4 to $5 on these little tiny flavored dots that I'm going to slurp up.
You're outrageous.
Yeah,
you're outrageous.
Only getting Dippin' Dots at like a fucking like a baseball game.
You can get them in a fucking machine now, dog. You're a hater.
Yeah, I am. I'm a Dippin' Dots hater.
They have rainbow. They have cookies and cream. The best flavor. Jordan, you know the best flavor? Banana split.
Oh, hey, you guys want to know a top secret thing right now? It's not really that top secret. If you got you don't have HEB near you, Jordan. I'm sorry, Matt. If you got an HEB near you, the HEB ice creams are fucking off the fucking charts, son.
Been known that, son.
Off the
ice
charts.
Cream is my drug.
Which one do you go to? Which is your right now? I got
hot chocolate. Any of the holiday ones.
Oh, holiday ones? I didn't know there were holiday ones.
Yeah, fuck with the holiday ones. Wow. For not knowing that.
Mexican hot chocolate.
I didn't know there were holiday ones.
Damn.
They did a bunch of shit with peppermint. They fucked the peppermint into the ice cream all sorts of different ways, dude.
Wow.
Dude, we have never talked about ice cream this horny for.
I know.
We've been talking about snacks for like 10 minutes now.
All right, guys.
Like I'm about to go upstairs and get some pretzels or some shit. Like
I'm about to go grab the mint ice cream that I have, the HEB one right now. And let's be real, are we just pivoting the podcast to a food podcast? That's what we're doing, right? We're not
I thought it was going to be an
Who
F1
wants to talk
podcast.
about the scene? Who wants to talk about music when we can talk about fucking blow pops and fucking? I mean, don't get me started on what your top 4 fucking candies were from the fucking front of the aisle in the grocery store. We want to talk about some fucking ring pops.
The fourth selection from the ice cream truck is not an ice cream. It's a fart bomb. because they were like a quarter or 50
my
cents.
God.
Squeeze the baggie and throw it in someone's house. Didn't we do that to somebody you knew?
Fucking Bartoli's dad. We did it to Bartoli's fucking.
And we did it to the dude whose dad looked like Anthony Kiedis.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
We did it and fucking no, it was not, dude. He was so pissed. Now that I look back on it, I'm like, what if somebody did a fart bomb, Jordan, in my house right now? Are you kidding me? The fucking ass I would whoop. If somebody did a fart bomb in my house right now, I'm whooping ass, bro.
We were 16, so it was great though.
Ass. And I fucking lit this fart bomb, and he had friends over. We were barbecuing, playing Xbox. We were fucking just having a good time with his fucking dad and his dad's friends and hanging out. And I lit this stupid fart bomb in this house like an idiot.
Dude, I tried flushing like 3 of those at the end of 3rd grade, and they like blew up in the toilet.
That's awesome.
They were the best. They were like
I'll cancel myself.
They were the closest thing a kid could get to a bomb without really like getting into trouble. They were great.
Works bombs.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
If
Facts,
anyone's listening to this in an airport, bomb.
All right, we can get back to the music, so the people that are actually here for the tunes or for the coverage.
All right. So what other music news I got?
There is new albums that came out today that were good. Are we going to talk Wiz Khalifa or Ithaca or anything? No.
Yeah, go ahead and talk.
Album?
Okay, cool.
There was a new Triz Khalifa.
Beyonce also dropped a fucking surprise album.
Dude, yeah, no, I don't think we're not even paid enough to talk about Beyonce, dude. My old band's vocalist used to help security clear the club with fart booms. I think he means fart bombs. Either way.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yo, but clear the venue? What did he say? Clear the club?
Yeah.
Doesn't the whole club smell like fart after that?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, they probably got ways of getting that out. Like, no problem.
No, it lingers. It lingers.
That's rough.
But in the club just smells like ass until opening time. I don't know. Like, I don't know how this shit works.
I've got a little bit of some news that we can go to real quick. Attila recently released a snippet of a song that they're working on. Actually, Franz, Matt's third favorite person in the entire world, Chris Franznak, aka Franzilla, aka Metalcore Gatsby, aka whatever. He basically released a little snippet of a song that Attila's been working on, and then We Came of Romans responded with said tweet that Franz had released and said, this sounds kind of familiar. It sounds like one of our singles that we have. And then they tagged such single. Then the tweet was removed. Shortly after the tweet was removed, or during the tweet being removed, there was a subsequent tweet from Franzilla that said, you guys have my phone numbers. You could have called and talked about this, yet you chose to go public. All good. We haven't been listening to your music. Our apologies. I think this is a little bit of a beef that is like kind of funny to me, only because like, this is how situations should be handled. And I tip my hat to Franz. I tip my hat to sit here and go, you know what, man? Touche for putting them out there a little bit and going, hey man, what's up? We're not in the same community. We're not in the same realm here. And you got to put us on blast for what? What are you putting us on blast for? What's this about? Yeah. And you're muted, Matt, if you're talking or laughing.
I'm laughing, but I mean, I've been talking shit this whole time, but I didn't want you to hear me.
Oh, well,
most like the people who talk shit to me on Twitter. I just think it's funny that someone else is going at Franz for a change, because I got sick and tired of going at him. God, he annoys me. He's the worst.
Also, when you're in the business of fucking writing the same dun 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 dun, you're bound to be like, hey, that's one of ours.
Hey, your dun 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 sounds kind of like my dun 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 dun, and I don't know.
Yeah, you need to dun 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 do something about that. Like,
dun dun.
I'm just shocked that like WeCar can even write songs without Joey Sturgis around, but like somehow.
But do artists owe that level of respect to people who rip their songs? I mean, if they're ripping their songs, if it's intentional, but come on, how many songs do we hear are reminiscent of other songs that we hear? Like
every metal song is the same.
I mean, it's a very common thing, right? And us being a little bit behind the veil, a little bit more behind the veil than others out there can tell you that a lot of these bands aren't even writing their own shit. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll tell you this. If someone rips off your song, you can go at them however you fucking want.
Exactly.
Like if you want to go public with it, it's your right to go public with it. If I know you, I'm calling you.
The retraction, exactly.
I'm not like if I know you, I'm gonna call you. If I don't know you, if I can't call you, then yeah, I might tweet, I might DM you, but I'm gonna say something to you.
That's fair. The retraction makes it seem like they were maybe just taking shots. That's what I think is interesting. The retraction makes it seem like, or you probably have your managers going, "Hey, bro, what are you doing going public, shit like that." But
I love a good band fight.
I know.
Fight.
Yep. Thank you. That was good, Matt.
What is
that? Was
that?
tasteful. Those are the shrooms.
Yeah. I'd rather hear "We Car" spelled out and Franz sing. Neither one of them can sing. Kyle's dead. Than Chris Jericho. Why Chris Jericho? What did he
He's
say?
just taking.
Bring
He's
it back.
just.
Bring
He's
it
just
the fuck
taking.
back. Did
He's
Chris
just taking
Jericho
shots at
sing
Jericho.
Because Jericho can't sing. God damn it! I'll have you know, Fozzy is the only album I've ever purchased on iTunes. Ever.
What?
You still may drop a song.
If anyone ever did that, you get slapped.
And yes. OG Fetus Face. Wow. This may be the best screen name we have in here.
OG Fetus
Face. You're right, man. You're right. Yes. If you put shit out there, you better be able to at least say that's why you did it.
I feel like
Come on now.
Fetus Face
We
would
ain't
be like
playing
the
games.
dopest fucking metal band name ever.
We ain't playing games.
Anyone else? We are Fetus Face.
What the fuck is up, Denny's? We are Fetus Face.
Those dudes for that band for sure plays in double drop D.
Double drop D.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh no! Play it again.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's Ken Kniff, I think.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It is.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just put that out there. We're getting sued.
No, it's a soundbite. What are you talking about, bro?
This is the episode, dude. It was time. I told you we'd get canceled one way or another.
I didn't think about this.
You can delete your tweet, but screenshots are forever. Boy, don't I know. Sega, we ain't playing games.
Yo.
Ozzy is a vanity project. He sounds like Chris Jericho when he sings. Because it's Chris Jericho singing! What?
Matt's first real beef on the show is with fucking Johnny. Is with Johnny in the comments.
I'll have you know I am a proud card-carrying member of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Which is a difficult faction name to say when you're
Jericho over this shit.
The leader in sports entertainment.
Holy shit.
Hey, Ronnie won't sue us for putting bitch in a podcast, right?
Bitch.
I'm fucking crying.
Are we gonna real quick?
Did we ever tell the audience that Jordan's on like 4 pounds of shrooms?
Yeah, Jordan is on his way. Jordan is on his way to La La, or is in La La Land.
He just got the rocket with Elon Musk.
On my way, I'm fucking all the way there, man. I played a good poker face. You guys had to blow my fucking spot.
Yeah. Oh, I put it.
Your poker face was tremendous, Jordan.
It was a part of my detail and tagline when I shared the show. I said
Yeah,
Jordan's on shrooms, Matt's drunk, and I'm on a hunger strike.
Great.
I'm fucking no. I'm serious.
No,
Matt's dead serious, bro.
Matt is.
Yeah. Hey,
So
Johnny,
angry.
you and Matt are fighting now. You guys are now fighting.
No, don't tell
You
him that
have
because he's actually
you
gonna
have
believe
engaged
it.
in duel with. In other news, we don't care about. You guys care about metal? Melton. Yeah, that's. The next one.
What do you think?
That's the next one. Don't. Yeah. So a band I like to talk shit about 4 years ago, the Faceless, have just lost a member. Their vocalist left. Exactly. The Faceless. Their vocalist left, and now they have the vocalist that was in the Black Crown Initiate. I'm sure he's great. The real question is, when are they going to get a guitarist and band leader that's not on heroin and fucking up every show and tour for them?
Okay.
Do we want to stay on this?
Blat. I guess that's going to be the.
Look, who in Hollywood
and
and whoever sold to him on tour in Canada doesn't know that he's been doing that? Come on, I didn't even say his fucking name, Michael Keane. No one's even brought this. Do we stay on this? I got other news.
I mean,
Right.
hey,
Yeah,
let's
move on.
We're on your
Planetary
drum roll,
duality
Matt.
will always be cool, though.
Hey, are you at least going to announce who the new vocalist fucking is? Goddamn, man, it's James Dorton from Black Crown Initiate. For anybody,
That's what I said. The guy from the Black Crown Initiate.
From Margaritaville or what? Oh shit.
Our
Oh, fucking
Margaritaville margarita
fucking
maker
Timmy
didn't
Buffett
work.
over here.
Okay, hey,
Got
hey,
an ice
Johnny
cube
Hex.
stuck.
Johnny Hex, now you and me are fighting. How dare you bring 6ix9ine in this? All right, listen, I didn't come for the
I
smoke,
thought
but
we're
if you
having a
want to
temper
come for the
tantrum.
smoke,
Boy, don't you? Oh, you motherfucker, you.
you want to come for the
Oh,
smoke. You want to
Yeah,
come
you
for
want
the smoke,
the
Johnny.
smoke, huh?
Yeah,
want
you
the-
get it.
Because
No,
if y'all
no
are sticking
cap,
up for
son.
6ix9ine,
You
then
want the
Johnny got me
smoke
on his
cap?
side.
You want the cap
I'm
smoke,
clotheslining
son?
both of you.
Oh,
You want the cap smoke?
Matt, did you hear this? It's a tag match. Johnny Hex and Jordan versus you and me. I don't think they know what they're signing up for.
Hey, that's
What
a
are you
great
talking
angle. Jordan
about?
turns on us.
I don't think they're aware.
Over
Jordan.
6ix9ine? Absolutely.
Jordan.
I have seen Brian do a shooting
We
star
will
press, and that's
3D
practically
you
all you need
through
to
What are
be
you?
a
What is
good
he?
wrestler.
Jeff Hardy? Like
fucking table.
Jeff Hardy
Billy
don't do no
Kidman.
shooting star press.
Billy Kidman and Brock Lesnar, sir, are the two men that do shooting star presses. Okay.
Billy Kidman.
I wasn't fucking around,
No,
Johnny.
Oh, you
I'm
watch
offended.
wrestling. Billy
I'm
Kidman.
triggered.
Holy shit. That took me back.
Billy
it did.
Kidman got to bang
Wow.
Tori Wilson. Can we just applaud
Wow.
Billy Kidman real quick?
Yeah, Billy Kidman
Thanks,
was.
That
man.
was like, hell yeah, take that one, man.
Wait a minute.
Holy
While we're
shit.
on
That like
that,
took me
while
back.
we're on
Like
that,
I felt like
Can
I just
we-
got like
Can we acknowledge the wrestling story arc heel turn that we just accomplished? Okay, because we've
Yeah.
been bashing people for fucking sexual misconduct for fucking ever now, and we just applauded
we're
Billy
gonna do
Kidman
that in about 6
being-
minutes, Brian.
for being fist deep in fucking in Tori Wilson.
One would hope it's
Jesus
fist
Christ,
deep.
when you put it that way, like
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
God,
it's
you
true.
made that so romantic. I'm sure none of our
It's
female
true.
viewers are upset about the way you stated that. In other news,
Okay, I guess. Hey, sometimes women
What
like it. I've been around.
yes, you've been around the block. We could tell those stories. Tampa rapper Rolly Bands was shot and killed outside his apartment moments after posting a message to
I
his
saw
ops.
this.
Quote, if a N-word wants smoke, pull up, I'm at my crib in 5 minutes. He previously had posted, you know how I am, they know where I stay.
Apparently he was
shot and
right.
killed. He was shot and killed by the ops, and they drove off in separate getaway cars in different directions. And
Jordan
none
with
of
the
our
whole-
interns checked back up on this story that's days old to see if they had apprehended the
It's
suspect. So,
it's unfortunate, but like
R.I.P. to Rolly Bands.
how often does that happen? You're like, yeah, pull up if you want smoke. Okay, pop, pop, pop. Like,
I don't know, but if any of
That's
my ops
crazy.
want to pull up and
As of right now, from what I am pulling up, it doesn't appear that anybody has been apprehended for the murder of Rolly Bands.
wow, R.I.P.
why did
R.I.P.
you watch
Another
that
serious,
so well?
a serious RIP out of the way, please, if we can. RIP. Okay, that's just poor timing on that one.
Fuck.
RIP to Caleb Lubchow, I believe is how you say his last name, from War of Ages, passed away
Yeah.
this week. Lubchow. I don't know how you pronounce his last name, but he was the drummer for War of Ages. War of Ages, fucking OG metalcore band from back in the day.
Yeah.
Legends, perhaps, in some regards, and it's unfortunate. I don't know exactly what the. Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, he was waiting for that one.
That's why he left the room.
That wasn't for. That wasn't. Hey, that was not supposed to. No. That was.
Yes, it was. You knew what you did. You knew what you did.
You did that, sir. You did that.
That was a
shit.
mistake.
Have you no heart?
Wow, bro. Wow. I thought we were
Florida
really
rappers
segueing
are
into
different.
it.
They do not
Man,
fuck about
man,
it
goes to
anytime
show.
Yeah.
Goes to show that we don't give a shit about him.
Is he running this shit and he's not in the room? Like,
Yeah, he is. He can do that. He's the fucking board. He's the entire message board.
Refill.
okay. Go
Okay.
get you one.
All right.
man.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Florida
Okay.
rappers are different.
All right,
Death is a
all right, all right.
non-factor.
Yeah, for real, man. For
When I
real.
grow up, I hope I get to be a Florida rapper.
Brad.
We're working out the kinks on our soundboard. Some sounds fire off at inopportune times due to poor scheduling. Did we already talk about the Faceless and the Choco Taco?
Yes,
We
you
did.
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
hold on. I didn't get off my Choco Taco joke. Ain't shit funny, good humor. Get it? Is good?
Oh,
Good
yeah,
humor?
that's good. Yeah.
You like
Yeah.
that? Okay, I was going to boot myself.
No,
Choco
it's good.
Tacos were great, okay? They didn't prey on their fans. Choco Taco didn't fuck.
That is true. I don't
And
think
even
Choco
if
Taco.
they did, it would have been.
I don't know if
Jesus
Choco Taco
Christ.
ever fucked anybody. I will say that. I fucked a Choco Taco once.
It's true. Bryan
That
also
was such
fucked-
a Blink 182 style joke.
Bryan also fucked a
I fucking
Barbie at my
Choco
house
Taco, what?
recently. I am fresh out of notes, so from here on out, we are winging it.
Jordan's love right now that he is in, right, is just his own fucking environment. I'm loving it, bro. Yep.
Outstanding.
Sensational. Yeah, it is. Yes. Yes, we are. We may be, Johnny. We may be a little crazy, but you know what?
I'm full fucking blown crazy. I know it.
Yeah.
I'm full fucking blown crazy. Whatever, bro.
Yeah, it is. All right, what are we into now, gentlemen?
Okay,
I think I know.
The whole point of this whole podcast was to discuss the topic at hand, the new album of today. Your boys, Gavin Dance, the man that we've spoken about in large the past couple months, have dropped their new album today. Has there been an album release amid so much controversy? I can't remember the last time this has happened with an underground or a mainstream artist, and they're on the fringe of both, I think. And this is at least from an unbiased standpoint, putting all my emotions aside for a quick half second. This is a crazy time for a band to be releasing an album with all that's gone on, with a member going to rehab, losing a member, tragically passing away, and having to remove a member for allegations of sexual assault that I, for one, believe to be true. It's a crazy fucking time. And so now today, the album's out. Not going to tell you the name of the album, not going to tell you it's in stores, not going to promote it. No one from Rise is telling us to promote it. No one from Rise wanted to speak on any sort of allegation. So we're still kind of looking at them as questionable. That's a label that I grew up respecting, at one point idolizing, at some point on the level of these crazy fans. And it's disheartening to know that that they didn't say anything and there's no statement and it feels like there's no action. It's like they're probably just going to stand by whatever the fuck happens and collect a check, and that feels gross to me. Something that feels really gross that we've talked about privately for the past 2 weeks maybe is specifically the Gavin Dance fan base and how toxic it is. Toxic's a very general word. Very general. There's a lot of things in this fan base. I think, for one,
Get your sword out, gentlemen.
a lot of adjectives we could use here to describe what I've seen on Twitter today on an album release day where a lot of people are excited for an album. I, for one, think it's pretty crazy that just a month ago, maybe even a couple weeks ago, people were outraged just like we were about what this band was accused of and what we believe is true and what they had done and what Tillian did, sexual assault, and how people are so quick now to brush it off, compliment vocals, talk about their favorite song. The same people that were outraged the day that the allegations came out, that sparked us so much that we felt the need to make these videos and have videos that were alongside our podcast, not just episodes, but trying to speak on the news stories. That these people are unfazed by all this shit. They were upset at one point, maybe for a day or two, and it's all out the window. They are attending all the shows on this tour, a tour that's been scaled down because Coheed booted them, a tour that includes friends on the tour because I don't know if they're able to get support right now. I don't know what bands in the scene truly support them. We haven't, as much as we've done and spoken publicly on this band, we don't go and gossip to other bands about them. That's one thing that's just going to make us look fucking stupid. I've never done that. The gossip is amongst me and you. It's, or it's posted online. It's shit that I've already said. But I'm really curious to see if these guys are still accepted in the scene. Like, if after this tour, is my premonitions about this band ending. Is it going to be true? Are they going to be able to carry on? Clearly, there is a lot of excited 20 to 28-year-olds who are on Twitter, proud of this album release, posting cringy tweets, calling themselves strawberries. Wow. DGD fans are toxic, but the band has created that toxicity from the reluctance to cut ties with abusers like Johnny Craig and Tillian. It tells their fans that rape, sexual assault, and abuse are things you can look past. That is a very valid point. And that's one of the things that we've been bothered by this whole time, is that a lot of people say that the bad apple, or the bad strawberry in this case, has been removed, that Tillian's no longer in the band. We have no confirmation if this is going to last, if Tillian will at one point rejoin. We can only hope he doesn't, but we have no idea, because these guys haven't been doing the right thing. What's wrong with being a strawberry? Boot him, ban him, right click, yeah, get rid of him.
Coffee. It's trolling.
They've enabled this behavior. And I say that, and I provided examples, and people got really fucking mad at the examples. But if I tell you shit I witness, you're not going to believe me. So when somebody goes to rehab, it's not ripping on going to rehab. I'm glad you got help. But it's confirmation that thinking you were an alcoholic for the past 12 plus years was a fact, and not just some random thought me and Bryan had when we were standing outside the Knitting Club in 2008 at the Static Lullaby CD release show, and Matt Mingus is hammered out of his mind before the doors have even opened to the venue. He didn't even get that liquor from the bar, from the venue bar. He was hammered when he showed up. I don't know how it happened. Anyways, it's providing context to a problematic band, a problematic environment, and ultimately raising the question of how much and why do you support a band that kept around somebody like that? The band knew forever that Tillian has a problem or a preference in fucking fans. It wasn't a secret among anyone. And every band that toured with them soon realized it. If they didn't see it with their own eyes, they're soon told it by Tillian, who feels the need, as I've stated countless times, who feels the need to tell you about his sexual escapades. Has to tell you, has to brag about them. So it's very easy to find the shit out. It's not like I'm prying for the information. It's just there. Besides that, when you can't get into the bandwagon because it's locked because he's doing this. So, like on Twitter today, someone comes at me and says, you weren't there. Well, you weren't there either to defend that it didn't happen. But based on what I've seen, what I've reported through all these videos that you watch and hate us for and complain about on Twitter and shit, or love us for, whichever way it goes, we're trying to tell you the truth about this band and provide the backgrounds that you don't get to see. Bryan, I've spoke to you personally about when people stan culture, when they're too obsessed, when they idolize. They've created a fake persona for John Mess, an entire personality that's derived off images and lyrics. Images and lyrics that I honestly can't connect to the person that I knew. They don't. The lyrics have nothing to do with shit. They're just out there.
Nothing.
Like, if you don't believe what I'm saying, believe Tim Furyk, who pulled me aside and told me, like, people think John's lyrics are about this, they're about that. I told him, I read they were about his dreams. He goes, they're not about anything. They don't mean shit. And they think it's funny that the fans think they're about all these other things. That could have changed in the past couple years, I guess, but that's what I was told about the band, that the lyrics don't mean anything. And so
I still want to know who's reading John's lyrics and thinking, "Oh, this is so deep."
All the fans, slit her throat on the frying pan, bro. I don't know what any of this shit means. Like, he's a weird dude, and the Rat King videos are even weirder. And the reason that I'm so appalled by the Rat King face, the fact that he's pretending to be a rat, or that people like just tweet John Mess or blindly worship the guys, because things that he said to me and around me on tour that were disgusting. Okay, so trigger warning for anyone. It's going to be vile language. It's going to be very disrespectful to women. This is a quote. This is not something I would say. But as I'm on tour with Dance Gavin, one of the openers was Conquer Divide. It's an all-female band. You've probably seen them. They're out with Attack a bunch. They have a tour with them later this year. They're cool, whatever.
Briefly, we're on the show talking about inflation.
Oh, God. Sorry, girls. That was a
for the
terrible
love
episode.
of
I shouldn't have
God,
done
what an
that to
episode
him.
that was.
Sorry. So they're one of the openers on this massive tour, and their van breaks down. We pick them up in Delaware. They ride in our bandwagon to the venue. They end up spending the whole day with the band because they're home base. They didn't really have a green room or anything. Their home base was the van, so they kind of used the bandwagon. I didn't know because I didn't hang out with them. I went to bed. I didn't know if they were invasive, if they were friendly, if they were cool, if anything funny happened. So the next day, I asked them, all the guys they were standing in the bandwagon, I asked, "How are the girls? Are they cool?" And John Mess tells me, in reference to the entire band, Conquer Divide, quote, "They're stupid fucking bitches that haven't been hit hard enough."
Oh!
I don't know what other way to look at that quote. When I'm around him in this time, he's never ever smiling like you see in pictures or the videos, or you think the whimsical guy. The only time the man was ever smiling or seemed like visually happy was when he was super fucked up. Not just drunk, I mean on something, like fucked up, dude. Like jumping around, like playing around, like in the video. He was fucked up. I don't know. Weird cat. I never knew what to make of him. But saying shit like that, or saying, "No wonder you've been raped so many times," like, it doesn't mesh with what I see people assume and talk about him online. So maybe I don't know the guy, or they don't know the guy, or he didn't show me the real guy. I don't know who the fuck he is. He told me his dad or his uncle was in the CIA. I mean, the last time I heard that, I was in grade school where kids were lying about whatever on the playground. I don't know what to make of that. Like, he's a weird fucking dude. When someone's like monotoned and doesn't smile, like, dude, I'm a Virgo. All I do is like read and analyze people and stereotype. Like, I can get you in like that quick. I know what you're about. I know what band you like, all that shit. I couldn't read John Mess ever. And I was so put off by the comment that I didn't even know what to do with it. I haven't said it on the show before. I haven't made content out of it. It was fucking weird. It was obviously disrespectful, gross, misogynistic. But like, where did he get any of that from? Like, what? Why is that his sense of humor? Why is that, like, was he serious? Like, no one else inquired. Like,
Everyone
that's
was
weird to
probably
me.
like, what the fuck? Like,
You mix that behavior with Tillian, for the most part, he's sober, but he's always on these escapades. He serial cheated on his fiance that entire tour. Matt Mingus is super drunk. A lot. And angry drunk. Will Swan, we got along with him for about as long as we could, dude. I mean, we saw Sion Var and hung out with him, but you met him. He's a weird dude. And sitting with him at that table and all the fans that came up, you realize how fucking annoying they are. And the funniest part is, like, the band knows this and they joke about it. Like, when I told them I was a fan of the band, I didn't tell them they were one of my favorite bands or anything. I told them I liked the band, and they said, "Oh, what, when you were younger?" I was like, yeah. Because I'm, like, pretty much their age. It's, like, weird that they were my favorite band, because I caught, they came along later on, and I caught that wave later on. Like, they didn't want me to write a book about them either. I told them one day I could write a book with all the shit I knew, and they said not to. But this is going to be labeled as shit talking and dragging them. Like, we could do that about anybody. I mean, an opinion is shit talking, but I just want to paint the picture of why I have the feelings of John Mess that I do, why I tweet that you shouldn't stand that person, that you shouldn't, like, blindly idolize people we have no fucking idea about. Like, Dance Gavin Dance is not Metallica, Rolling Stones, Kardashians. They don't have a camera shoved in their face. There's no sort of coverage on these scene bands 24/7. Like, at the end of the day, how much do you really fucking know about Kellen Quinn? How much do you know about Jeremy McKinnon? How much do we know about Vic Fuentes or Jeremy DePoister or Spencer Chamberlain or what's the other Spencer Charnas or whatever from Ice Nine Kills. Like, you could read so many interviews, and they're always about promoting the music. We try to make an effort on here to ask you about your childhood, if you're from a foreign country, about your country, your politics, your favorite foods, something to find out who the person is. And I don't think enough of that information is out there on any of these bands for there to be this kind of insane praise over a person you don't know.
I think that there's
the praise.
All
Not,
about
okay, let
the
me restate
music,
that. The
man.
praise I get, but to create the persona, that's so far off. Like, you're all wrong. You got it all wrong. It's like how many artists portray to be super nice on TV, and you find out backstage they're fucking dickheads. It's like a million of them. That shit's bothersome.
That's an age-old tale.
I think
Okay,
that's
so tell me, am I wrong to think it's a public service to come on this podcast and tell you which bands were nice and which bands were rude?
here's where I think we need to kind of direct the conversation, and you brought this up earlier. There's a point to, I think, what we're trying to do here, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to lift that veil back a little bit and let everybody know that, hey, a lot of the toxicity and a lot of the gross shit within the scene, and almost the reason we probably hate the scene, and when we say that, we say it colloquially, but what we're meaning is, like, this is a very shallow place. This is a very weird genre and area and environment to be involved in. And we've been involved in it
kids,
with a
Matt.
really long time. Exactly. But see, here's the thing.
They gonna learn today, Jordan. They gonna learn today.
Here's the thing.
How dumb were we when we were fucking 13, 15, 17 years old? Like,
if Jonathan Davis raped somebody, you wouldn't catch me on AOL 2.5 trying to defend him. Would have been over.
I'm just saying.
I don't have Lost Prophets t-shirts or CDs anymore. I mean, shit.
Damn, that was a wild one.
And another one I'd love to bring up when we're talking about predators and shit is R. Kelly. How do R. Kelly fans feel? Tremendous voice, super predator, proven predator.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I feel like people have made excuses for their favorite artists for as long as, longer than we've been alive now and shit.
That's the point. What we're having here is we're having people attach their identity to these bands. And unfortunately, it is a lot of younger people that do that. And hey, we're music fandoms, all right? But all of us have also been involved in this type of industry for over 10 years. And we know exactly how the ins and outs work, to the degree that, hey, it's possible for us to come up here and shed this light with a little bit of truth and a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of insight as to what's going on. And what's unfortunate is what allows these kind of actions and things and corrosive behavior to perpetuate within the scene is, guess what, guys? Us, the fans. And that's why we do this show. We do this show to give you a perspective of what's really going on within this type of industry. And it's to do so in the way that we're doing it. We bring the bands
at my
on
own detriment, mind you.
We ask them questions that have a little bit of depth to them. And what's unfortunate is people only care about what they're hearing and how it makes them feel, and that's an important thing to realize here is music is obviously subjective. Okay. It's not something that you can look at and determine as good or bad. It's all based on the individual. And that's something that people really tie themselves into. And then you're paying into this tribe mentality where you have this team that you support, and it just gets more corrosive and corrosive and corrosive. And it's just fucked up. What we are trying to point out to all of the listeners and the people that enjoy this show and the people that continue to support the show is that there's more to it. Okay. We're here to provide that perspective. We're here to kind of paint that picture and bring you the side that maybe you're not really acknowledging, be it because of ignorance or because you just don't care. But you can't expect shit to change. And then when it does finally come crashing down for your favorite band, and there is no remorse, there is no road to redemption because they have fucked up, then you have no room to complain. You have no room to sit here and, like, people that followed and defended R. Kelly into trials, into Chappelle was calling him out years ago. Exactly. Chappelle was calling him out years ago, and people were, still supporting him and still,
Yeah.
and I'm sure there are still people that support him to this day. And again, I'm not here to say that everybody's got to have the same think tank and all be on the same page, but there's definitely nuance to the way people live their lives. And these bands that we idolize, they're just fucking people. They're just people, and they're fucking normal, and they do weird shit, and they're into gross shit. And we as fans can't detach ourselves from the music that they create and understand that. We attach the music to that they create and how it makes us feel and paint this identity in this picture that they're the best and they're these tremendous
they wrote
people
this
and
song.
they're
They're
awesome.
an incredible person.
Hey, a lot of people start bands just so they can fucking have groupies and drink and fucking party all the time. All right, that's a real fucking thing, and they are probably some of your
it's a real
favorite bands.
thing.
They're probably some of your favorite bands, and they're probably assholes, and they're probably shitty. So you can't fucking complain when we decide to talk about it, because we're just here to paint that narrative. Not everybody's living in your world in this fantasy land that the band's perfect. Nah. We're actually living in the real world where they're people. And sometimes people need to be held accountable. Okay. Tim Lebesi, fucking homeboy from Lost Prophets. And I will say, I am not one to not allow people a little bit of redemption. Okay. If miraculously Gavin Dance turns around to be phenomenal people, so be it. Okay. I've listened to As I Lay Dying once or twice since the fucking whole murder for hire thing. Okay.
Shame on you.
You're a bastard. You told me.
I know.
You swore.
10 years. I went 10 years, Matt.
I
listened to them for the first time like last year.
Like
last year. No, dude, I didn't even do old shit. No. I unplugged As I didn't do 94 hour. I didn't do shit. Frail Words, Collapse, Shadows. I didn't do none of it for like a solid 10 years. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what? They did the new album, Rain of Fire, and since they've dropped members, I haven't. And yeah, who listens to Lost Prophets? Who the fuck has put a Lost Prophets song on since that story came out? Not fucking I, sir.
You should get beat up today if you listen to Lost Prophets.
Exactly, man. Like, come on. We're not living in a game.
You play that shit around me, I'm putting you on the last train home.
You're getting uppercutted, son. There's two things you don't do in my house. Light fart bombs and play Lost Prophets. You understand?
Fight.
Two things you don't do in my house.
Finish him. Outstanding.
You couldn't get. Oh, Jordan is inside himself.
Oh God, he lost
Jordan
him.
has reversed.
We fucking lost him, dude.
Jordan's third eye has gone from his brain right inside his soul. We've lost Jordan.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay. Official BNA music. People made excuses for Led Zeppelin, and Jimmy and David Bowie shared the same teenager. Super fans. Yeah, fucking
this shit's crazy.
Didn't homeboy marry his fucking own stepdaughter or fucking adopted daughter?
You talking about Jerry Lee Lewis?
No, fucking
he married his cousin Myra.
No,
how do you know
the
that
director, the filmmaker.
Who doesn't know that? You mean Woody Allen?
Woody Allen, yeah.
Yeah, he married his adopted stepdaughter. It's fucking disgusting. You can't bake your cake and eat it too.
What about that Roman Polanski? Isn't Roman Polanski living in another country because he's got a bunch of rape
he can't even come back to this fucking
and he's
place.
making Roman Polanski. Well, I don't know if he's making movies anymore. But
Elon Musk's dad fucked his stepdaughter, I think. She's pregnant, right? Yo, Google that. I just said it. I don't want to get sued. Make sure he did. I hope he did. Elon Musk. Dad
I will say this. As we tie the
stepdaughter.
bow on DGD,
Elon Musk's 76-year-old father claims he's been asked to don't know.
Again, I'm so over that.
Confirmed secret child with stepdaughter. 76 years old. Yeah, good. Won't get sued for that. Speaking of being sued, fuck Tillian.
Get him.
Yeah, you mean to tell me you don't think that your fucking favorite... You don't think Limp Bizkit did it for the actual Nookie?
Get it?
Love of God.
They didn't do it for the Nookie? Come on, guys.
Oh, I'm sure there was some... I feel you coughing. There was probably some wild shit going on in the 70s and the 80s.
Woodstock 99, there were like... fuck fest going on. You know what I mean?
Steven Tyler took a 14-year-old on tour with him and had like parental permission over her.
Yeah. People were
some
fucking
Ezra Miller shit. Like
Woodstock was fucking the best. I wish they'd bring it back.
Yo, that's crazy you mentioned Ezra Miller. He's our guest next week.
Yeah, dude, Ezra Miller's coming on the show. You know what?
In-person interview at Brian's house.
Yeah, dude.
I will not be there.
We're gonna
I
talk
will
about
be
the
gone.
Flash
I will
movie
be
that's-
gone in a flash.
We're gonna talk about the Flash movie that's never getting made.
What do you do?
Oh,
I
it's
thought you said.
made.
I thought you said. I thought you said. I thought you meant the dude from. I thought you.
Less
I
than
didn't.
Jake.
No, Idris
Idris
the black dude.
Elba.
Yeah, the black dude, not
No.
Flash.
The
I thought you
black
meant
dude
the
that's
black.
gonna play
Yeah,
James Bond. Idris
Yeah.
Elba. No, it wasn't
Yeah.
him. No,
Yeah.
different guy.
yeah. You're talking about Flash, the fucking molester, right?
Uh,
Isn't he a molester?
The many
did he molest
things that
people? He just
Ezra
like.
is.
All I know is he was like fucking around with a lot of kids, hanging out with them and being creepy, getting in a lot of public fights. And there was like they found like a baby in his care that was like sucking on a bullet.
A
What the
baby? Like
fuck?
just they just
Yeah.
found a baby? Like it's not his?
Yeah, yes. That's why it's like, what is
Wow.
this dude doing?
Wow.
We'll ask him next week when he comes on the show.
Them.
All right.
Is there
We just
anything
hit-
else that
we just
can,
hit an
like,
hour,
I
and I think
don't-
this might be the most perfect hour we've ever done, gentlemen. I don't know if we do anymore because this is the most perfect hour I think we've ever witnessed.
I don't want to do any more fucking episodes on Dance Gavin. So what more do we need to
Please,
say to cap
please,
it?
for the love of God, can we
What
No,
more
nothing
needs to
more.
be
I don't
said?
want to say shit. I don't want to say another thing. We're
I'm
done.
done. I'm so over this
There's
fucking
one
band.
thing I need to say, and Jordan, go ahead and mute because it's going to put you in a bad spot. The reason
Why?
that appropriating this type of culture, enabling this behavior, and having sexual assault and abuse exist in this music scene, why that's so disgusting and personal to us, is because this music scene means something to us, and they're preying on their fucking fans.
Does it put me in a bad spot?
That's specifically why Tillian is such a problem, because he has multiple allegations against him. That's not including women that haven't come forward and said things. That's not including the women who will come forward a year or two later after this. Like, there's people out there that know things. I've seen things. I believe all these stories. I've seen the type of behavior, not just from Tillian, but like plenty of band dudes. You're at a club, you're backstage, green room, on the bus, whatever. You know, the night's ending down, they're partying, there's a girl around, and it's like you're fucked up, you're feeling good, you got that drunk, horny vibe going, you want to fuck something, and these band dudes feel entitled to women. They feel entitled to pussy, Brian. They feel like the nearest woman, the fans that are partying with them, whoever it is, that, oh, you're here, you know who I am, you should give that to me. I deserve that. I want that. You're a fan. She'll give it to me. They feel like it's entitled. And that's why you get such creepy and predatory and rapey behavior. Because of this. Because of a combination of ego, band guy, partying, alcohol, drugs, whatever. It is a toxic combination. I've been on a bunch of tours. I've been backstage with a bunch of bands, all different types that are nice, that are party, that are crazy, whatever. Most bands are about their business, and they can have a good time when they're done working and everyone's fine. It's not a common occurrence that every band is out there getting sloshed. The stories that we've told about Dance Gavin are not funny and harmless because they're partying. They're fucking toxic and dangerous. They're bad to their own health. All the drug use that it bothers me that I found out after the tour that Tim was doing pills, because something seemed weird. As nice and cool as he was, as much time as I got to hang out, I never saw him do it. I had to find out through other people because he kept it so well hidden from me. He wasn't doing it out in the open. And to find out that it was such common knowledge that the whole band knew, it felt preventable. It felt like Matt didn't have to go to rehab this year. He could have gone to rehab years ago had someone spoke up, said something, cared enough about his well-being and the future of the band. This all could have been prevented. The shit that John does, the whole cocaine thing we talked about, a lot of this feels like it could have been prevented. And that's what bothers me the most about losing Tim, about speaking about Matt going to rehab and people misconstruing it into insulting him, about all of this. And now you have an album that people online are celebrating and talking about, and I just can't muster up the energy to be happy for them in the least. I can't bring myself to listen to it. I haven't been able to listen to them for a while. And when I decided that, I didn't take to Twitter to say I'm boycotting this band. A lot of people didn't know till years later. I just gave up on them. I found other shit. I liked other music. I found other bands. There's other bands that do that shit that fill the void. I didn't need them. But albums out, controversies are there. It's interesting to see where they'll go, because I don't think they do the right thing, and they're not morally guided in the right way. I want to point out some cringy tweets before we get the fuck out of here, because I didn't save them for nothing. All right, so some of these are cringy, some are funny. Let's take a look at these before we get out of here and we can make fun of this. I didn't edit these, so come at me, get mad at me, whatever. All right, here is a whole ass Twitter account. These aren't displaying. A whole ass Twitter account. Nothing has been disproven. Blocked by TGD and the rapist because I'm speaking facts. Nothing against Tillian has been disproven.
They called him the rapist.
That's a valid point that a lot of the fans don't like to admit or even consider, that nothing has been disproven. So that's a point. Tillian just said fuck the feds and current events. We love an ACAB queen, but we don't love a rapist. Comments like that confuse me, because how are we going to praise him for anything? If to do that, you have to be ignoring the abuse, and that's gross to me. The whole June, or was it May, debacle, pushing DGD to go back to playing classics in sweaty rooms, got me thinking maybe even the shittiest shit happens for a reason. Maybe? Let's break down what the fuck that means.
I think we know. That's
the
pretty
whole June
awful.
or May debacle, which, Brian, isn't it April? Was it April or May?
What? When the
Anyways,
Tillian thing was May.
He's referring to the debacle.
Late
That's
May, June.
Sexual assault. He's referring to that as a debacle. Pushing DGD to go back to playing classics in sweaty rooms, a.k.a. getting kicked off the Coheed tour. Got me thinking maybe even the shittiest shit happens for a reason. That maybe even the vocalist raping a fan can still bring out some good. That's what this tweet is saying. That's what I mean when I say this fan base is problematic and gross and toxic. Y'all scared to say Tillian is killing it too, and I get it, but what are y'all doing? Putting fingers in your ears when that godly voice comes on? No. Those run and feels bad. I don't know, whatever. I'm tired of you all pretending like you didn't just do that. I'm honestly kind of upset that he doesn't get to celebrate this album with the band and the fans. He doesn't deserve to. He preys on fans. Stop excusing shit behavior just because your stupid fucking favorite singer. What the fuck, dude? You want him to celebrate the album after he was kicked the fuck out.
Can I point back? Can I peel the veil back real quick? So, Chris Busby, let me let you know what's actually going on in the real world as this album drops. Okay, you know what happened in the real world? Tillian probably sat at home, checked his numbers a bunch because he's still part of the band, checked to see what was going on. Exactly, kept getting paid, and you know what? People probably still text him and said, hey, man, great job on that album. Sounds great. Hey, man, you're awesome. He got tweeted a bunch. He got mentioned a bunch. You know damn well he's celebrating. So don't get fooled.
Needs the devotion, the admiration.
Just because he doesn't get to go play shows with them, doesn't, he's still benefiting from it.
By the fact that this isn't your fantasy world that you believe it is, and that Tillian actually is still reaping all the benefits, because guess what? Nobody actually gives a fuck. That's the whole thing we're trying
the way
to
that all these fans are responding, dude, he's going to be back
of course,
before the year's
back
over.
in the band.
They'll welcome him back with open arms, and
he'll be performing with them before the year's over.
That's the ultimate grossness of it all. We looked at that. I hear rock solid. The reason this particular tweet's so problematic and disgusting is that's formerly Papa Pearson, the girl that made the GoFundMe for Tim's mom and made a whole relationship with the band just based off having a GoFundMe. She was appalled the day the allegations came out, and that sense of being upset and disgusted at the action seems to be gone because she attended the first 3 dates of the tour. Stoked as fuck they're playing all her favorite songs.
Tyler Carter has to be punching air. Oh my god.
yeah, Tyler Carter didn't have the hive. Yeah, that's a valid ass point. Dreamt
Oh
they
my
secretly
God.
dropped the whole album without saying anything and woke up sad. That's just goofy. Are you guys gonna yell at DGD now since they have a strawberry in their Twitter name? Was that ever the fuck was the problem the strawberry in the Twitter name? Was that no? That is how you gloss over issues about something simplistic. Oh, am I boring you, Brian? Do you need to be booted? Is class too much for you?
My eye is just really itchy.
It better be.
I'm sorry, Professor Musselwhite.
Yeah, you better be. No one was upset that there was a fucking fruit emoji in the Twitter name, and no one's gonna be upset that Dance Gavin adds that. We were saying you make it your whole personality and call yourself strawberries. It's kind of fucking gross. Rise the shit label for continuing to push them the way they did.
It's a group name for their fans. Like, that's what it is. Like, how many fucking people have that for their fans? Like, just the band sucks right now. So everything that they do sucks right now. Like,
Coffee makes a good point, dude. Rise is like my favorite scene label. I mean, the Rise hoodie was one of the prizes in the fantasy football lottery shit we did. They push the album that hard because they're making their fucking money off it. This is all about the bottom line for the record label. They don't give a fuck about the awful people that make the music as long as they get it and can sell it. I mean, that's the truth of it. That's why a lot of people suck. That's why a lot of people in the industry suck. Or you have people that are just completely talentless and somehow get big. Youngblood. So happy to see DGD's listeners on Spotify spiking back up again. And I'm so glad the listeners are up from when they dipped because the singer is a rapist and got removed. We're just glossing over the abuse, just one step at a time. Please keep DGD twit like this. All of us happy and positively talking about Die Another Day and enjoying shit together once again. Nope. Never. Looking at just the music, it's a damn good time to be a DGD fan.
their name has the Rat King in it. These are all.
Are you not
Dance
catching
Gavin-
on to that theme? You didn't catch that fucking theme?
Yes, but it's just like this is what fans of bands fucking do now. Like,
No, I'm waiting for the cane to pull us off stage. I'm like, all right.
It's
know,
not. It's
like,
not. We're not just talking about.
We've beat the fuck out of this horse right now.
I know.
Like, that horse
Then
has been dead.
Then let's sum this bitch up and end it for good. Okay, because
Like-
if this is such, if I'm beating a dead horse and I'm over here thinking that this is crazy and other people don't.
No, it is.
Is
It's
there
No,
just,
any
it is
other-
crazy.
Is
It's
there
just-
any
we
other
know
fan
at this
base?
point. Everybody knows.
Is
This
there any
not
other fan
secret
base
news.
that's like the Dance Gavin fan
Fuck
base?
no.
Deshaun Watson fans don't defend like that. Like,
No.
who's out there going hard for their guy?
No. But like, they're the weirdest band in the scene. They have been. Even if we're looking at just music, they're the weirdest fucking band in the scene.
Not the assault, not the rape.
I'm just
the
saying,
music.
before even all of that knowledge, they were always weird because the music was
Oh, fuck
always
yeah.
weird. Like, I'm not saying that anything has to do with their character or anything. Obviously, it's been proven that none of them are very good people at this point. Like, but I'm just saying, like, they're a weird band. Why wouldn't their fan base be any different?
Okay, fair. Am I making a bigger deal than it needs to be about the fan base being toxic or creating a fake persona for the band? Does that happen with
No.
other bands? I don't know people that make like a Papa Emeritus persona for the guy, and no one even knows who the fuck like what Tobias does. So like the Ghost, like that's Ghost, the band Ghost. No one gets that
I was
reference.
like, who's he talking about? I was like, oh yeah, Ghost.
Papa.
Yeah,
Like,
Ghost.
Papa Ghost.
Yeah, Papa Ghost.
Papa Ghost.
I don't know what he named himself now, but it's Tobias.
I just feel like all of this at this point is just fucking. If you have any type of pulse on the scene, you know what the fuck is going on with this band right now, and you see the fans are defending it, like all that stuff. It's just like it doesn't even surprise me, honestly. Like, it's because everyone's so fucking desensitized to allegations. Not everybody's getting accused of shit that everyone's just like, oh, well, on to the
Whatever.
next thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, honestly, do you kind of, like, I don't, like, it's a shame that it feels like that, but, like, do you kind of feel like it's where it's gotten to?
Yeah.
Like,
Is it going to get to a point where it's not going to hold any weight and it's not going to mean anything and it's literally going to be, whatever?
I mean, if we want to continue to enjoy music, it might be. Like, I'm gonna be honest.
Should we stop trying to expose abuse and just go on to kiss bands' asses?
No, because it's not the
difference of just kissing ass or stopping the abuse. No, I don't think that's necessarily where the two extremes have to go to.
I'm gonna buy a block and stop the abuse myself.
I think there is a lot to be said for again, just not being surprised. Like, I'm not surprised when we hear about these allegations anymore.
Justice.
Like, when it comes down to it, like, ultimately, like, and we touched on it in some point of this episode, is that, like, you have to understand that just because these people wrote your fucking favorite song, it does not mean that like it means that they're good people. Like, just because you could play a fucking guitar or hit drums on time or do some crazy vocal run-in, like, that doesn't equate to you being a good human being. You just have an extraordinary talent at something. Like,
that's a valid and wonderful
and
point
people don't fucking, but people don't understand that. Like, it's attaching that art to that person. And if they go, oh, their art is so good, well, they must be a good person. That's like, bro, that's not necessarily the case.
Michael Jordan is the greatest to ever do it in the world of basketball and make shoes. And we know he's an asshole. I would not want to hang out with him. I would not approach him.
I mean, I'd approach him, but I mean, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah,
Michael Jordan, that's a whole other thing.
And that's where this conversation or these conversations get even muddier, because then you're fucking sitting there, oh, Michael Jordan's okay? Like, yeah, dude, it's a never ending cycle.
Michael Jordan's just a dickhead. He didn't do anything immoral or criminal. I don't give a fuck if he bet on games.
We can pick and choose what we're going to pay attention to.
And he can't win a championship in Charlotte. I don't give a shit. Michael Jordan didn't fuck any fans. He didn't fuck me. He didn't fuck my mom. Unlike Delonte West. Should we read some of these comments? Okay, Tyler Carter. Okay, we did that. Sad realities many victims probably saw how his victims who went public were treated by the fan base and decided to remain silent for fear of retaliation. That is.
I would agree with that 100%. I would agree with
it 200%, because the reason that we didn't come on this episode with an entire story about Kurt Travis is this exact fucking reason. This exact fucking reason. Yeah, I said it. The reason I'm not on here destroying Kurt Travis and Royal Coda and everything he has to do with is because of that fucking reason right there. Because you goddamn disgusting, toxic-ass fan base, rape-denying pieces of shit attacked the last victims, and now no one wants to speak up. And so we can't come on here and tell you the truth about Kurt Travis because it's not my story to tell. And the one whose story it is to tell knows how you motherfuckers act. And so I love that someone brought up that point. Yeah. Wonderful. Rise continued to supply money to Johnny Craig for years so he could buy drugs. They just care about the money shit label. So an interesting fact about that is at the end of the Johnny Craig career, I believe maybe the first Slaves album, a lot of it went to paying back the victims, and because Rise and Artery had to front the bill for that, so no victims sued. That's why there was no lawsuits. They all got recouped. Everyone was ashamed of that, and Johnny ended up making a lot of music for free to his label and management to pay them back. And that was just a super dickhead move. But yes, they stood by that. He remained with the contract. The band didn't even care about that. That's not why they Dance Gavin, I think it was Johnny got them kicked off a tour, and that's why they finally said to hell with him. This happened 3 years ago. They would be done. They're lucky a lot of people are burnt out on cancel culture, so they get to slide.
I actually think that's a valid point, too.
Yeah, that's super valid. We don't have another Me Too movement. If we had a Me Too movement every year, we could clean house with all these motherfuckers, dude.
Well, no, he's saying not even just so much that. It's just that, the idea of canceling somebody is just
everybody has to be canceled for something. And that's where it's like, we can't just call everybody that does something out. Like, there's so much shit nowadays where it's like,
well, you can, but you can't say oh, you're done. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm living my life.
That's the point. Yeah.
You made a mistake, and it's up to you to correct it. Whether if you don't correct it, you suck. If you do, good on you. Like,
Or
that's what people
will jump.
understand. Like, people trip and fall along the fucking way, man. People
Yes,
don't
dude.
understand that.
Yes, exactly. And or people will lean into the fact that cancel culture is a way to get somebody canceled or a way to silence somebody, and they'll lean into what maybe is an uncomfortable situation. Hey, let me get uncomfortable with you guys real quick. Have you ever been in like a weird situation with like a girl and you start touching each other's parts? You don't really know what's going on. Have you ever gone through like puberty where it's like real weird and like really odd interactions with somebody
What are we
else?
talking about
Yeah.
now?
Everybody
Where
goes
did this
through these
go?
things. I'm making a point. Everybody
Oh.
goes through these things, but somebody has a bad
Outstanding.
date. Somebody has a bad date, and all of a sudden they go to Twitter and say that they were coerced or they were manipulated because they had a bad date with like Aziz Ansari or some stupid shit, right? People jump to the cancel culture to make it a point or to try to drive home a narrative that someone needs to have their career ended. And in all actuality, it's like, hey, maybe your feelings were just hurt, or maybe you did realize that this person isn't who they were portraying to be, and now you feel like you've been fooled or you're embarrassed because of how you felt you've been treated, and now you need to go and attack them and pull them down, right? And there's just the whole cancel culture is gross. And again, it's not one of these definites. There's never going to be a definitive, oh, this is how you cancel someone and this is how you stop someone's career, or this is your road to redemption. Everybody's got their own story. Everybody's got their own little path. And again, everybody's human.
And all that being said, there are obviously some heinous things that can be done, like what Tillian, that's a heinous thing. Like, you need to fucking do something about that. Like, you need to go get the fucking help you need to do. You need to address it. Like, and like, maybe you don't need to be out on the fucking road. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe you need to fucking stay off the road and figure out your shit. Like that's some crazy shit. But like, would you feel like so many people saying like little minor shit, like doing little minor fuck ups along the way? Like, people are were trying to cancel everybody for everything they could back in the day, and that's fucking, that's just a weird thing. I really just think that is a totally fucking weird thing. If you don't want to listen to somebody, or you don't want to watch a movie or whatever, that's cool. You can do that. But it's like weird people are like going out and be like, oh, you shouldn't.
I think
I don't think we have the power to cancel anyone, or it's ever our
goal.
But
we're
like,
3 fucking people.
But I think that some of these people deserve to have their platform stripped.
True.
And
they probably fucking do. But how many fucking bands do we know that don't deserve the platform that they have?
I mean, it's one thing to say, like, Young Blood sucks so bad that he shouldn't have a platform. I believe in that. But also, I'm not going to rally against him because of it until he, like, fucks a fan. Most of them are, like, 11.
I'm gonna finish out on this only because I don't necessarily think that this warrants like this much energy from people, right? The fact that we're trying to delineate what is cancel culture and what's appropriate and not appropriate can get exhausting, right?
Yeah.
But I will say, I will say that there is something to be said for the fact that we're just trying to all like figure out the path to not righteousness, but the path to make it all work, right?
And good fucking human.
Yeah, and we talk about these people and how they shouldn't have platforms, but we mentioned it earlier. Music is subjective. Okay, there's no definitive right or wrong, good or bad. This is music, this is not music. It's all subjective. So at the end of the day, if you're not doing a little bit of a self-analysis and reflecting on why the music you're listening to speaks to you the way it does, then maybe you should, because I know that if I knew members of an actual band that were horrible people, it would probably change the way that I absorbed their music, and it would probably change the way that their music made me feel. So again, with the fact that music is subjective, that means that your opinions and the feelings that you hold towards it are solely your own, and you need to be honest with yourself and hold yourself accountable when you realize that you may be enjoying something that isn't from the most nurturous place or the most caring place, a la a band that doesn't give a fuck about you.
Brian, I'm gonna throw you off a fucking cliff.
That's fair.
What?
That's fair.
You ain't seen Lion King?
I've seen The Lion King many times.
We're at an hour and a half, boys.
Welcome to class.
Yeah,
late as
dude.
shit. You know what? You're
gonna shout out Yikes. Doing amazing, Yikes. Thank you.
No, you're grounded.
We are 3 fucking people.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to go back and watch the whole show, Yikes. Sorry to tell you.
The whole fucking show.
It was without a doubt our best hour, and then our second best hour. For sure. Our best hour, Our best hour and our second best half hour.
Jordan, where can they find you or not find you?
At Jordan Modro, I'm back on my shit now. So what's up?
That's what's up. He's got
Welcome
some
back,
sexy
baby.
pictures up. Go drop some fire emojis on them.
Welcome back, baby. Glad you're here. Glad you're in the universe.
I don't like that the Roblox.
Still
I
won't be
know.
getting much out
They
of it.
actually
It's just like,
banned
hey,
me,
I'm alive.
believe it or not. They got the footage of me saying redacted, and they banned me.
You were
but
talking
y'all
about
can find
January
me.
6th again, weren't you?
I was
Next
actually
year!
in Roblox. I was unionizing my own January 6th
For
squad.
the love of God.
You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at of Bryan of Death. You can find my podcast, which has a brand new episode out dropping tomorrow. And hey, by the way, I'm actually going to be featuring both of these gentlemen on future episodes of my podcast. That's right, Matt and Jordan are both going to be on it here in the future. So get ready for that one.
Been on your podcast.
You have in for fights, but you haven't been on the one. You can find that at The Common Chaos on Instagram and Twitter and commonchaos.net. And of course, where all your podcasts can be found. Matt, where can they find the podcast? And what do we got in store for them next week? Do we actually have Ezra Miller or whatever his name is?
Yeah, look, it's either Ezra Miller or Condoleezza Rice. I'm not sure. I hate the scene on most shit except Twitter, where we're very controversial. At Scene Radio, we keep it old school. Every Friday, we are here.
This is the goal, actually.
That's going to get them canceled.
That's the goal.
Gonna get
They
Bryan
tried
canceled.
already.
That's the goal.
Hey, if you really want to see me get controversial, watch my early shit on there. That's the reason I wasn't asked back. You can find all these fucking links I don't feel like saying and more at iHateTheScene.com or the sweet-ass link tree we have on our Instagram. So, yeah. Be here next Friday, every Friday, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock on the West Coast, 10 Central if you live in Texas like us and shop at HEB. Or
11 p.m. like me if you shop at Giant Eagle, bitch.
Giant Eagle. Oh, fuck yeah.
Shout out Pittsburgh and
Finish him.
Yeah, let's finish this, boys. It was a good night. Power hour. That shit was dope.
All right.
With our rings, with our powers combined,
I can't get to the screen.
we are Captain. Oh, fuck yeah.
Pennsylvania, yikes. Pennsylvania.